So the T-Mobile thing, if you didn't hear, it's a headline grabber. Customers billed $143,442.74 for using their T-Mobile phone while they were on a relatively short vacation in Switzerland. So how could that be? Because this is crazy. So first of all, let's get real specific on T-Mobile. T-Mobile has a lot of plans that include 5 gigs of data when you leave the United States. Then after that, all bets are off. And then also has plans that don't give you any free data internationally and bill you at a rate that's like where data charges were, 15 years ago. So if you go overseas with a cell phone, you got to know before you go how to do your calling and whatever data you're going to use without getting yourself into financial trouble. So again, T-Mobile has the 5 gigs of data, which is a decent amount, and for most people would cover a trip of 10 to 14 days outside the United States, and is available in most countries in the world. At T-Mobile's website, you can see on the plan you're on, do you get the 5 gigs for the 2 weeks? You can then buy extra from them. If you go past it, it gets really expensive for the extra. And AT&T and Verizon have a big daily charge for using your phone outside the United States. It's like $10 a day. It's very, very costly for what they give you. The best answer is what I talked about months ago in answer to a question from someone, is that if your phone is unlocked or you take another phone that is unlocked, buy a local data card, a SIM card. And if you are on an iPhone, really easy. Most iPhones now can take an eSIM. Many Androids can take an eSIM. So you can buy these very easily when you arrive where you're going, even if you have to insert a physical SIM. It's incredibly cheap data in most countries in the world. You don't use it for traditional calling. What you do instead is you already have set up WhatsApp, Viber, FaceTime, whatever, so that you're able to communicate with people by voice for free. And I've noticed as I travel the world how often hotels, restaurants, and businesses now communicate with customers overwhelmingly over WhatsApp. So even if you are an iPhone user and you're outside the United States, download and set up a WhatsApp account, and you will be able to communicate by text and voice for free over the data backbone of the data you buy. And I'm talking about, depending on the country, you're having to spend for your trip $10 to $20 total in many countries to have plenty of data to cover a trip up to a month. Very, very affordable. In fact, cheaper than what our plans typically are right here in the good old USA. So know before you go that if you travel routinely around the world, you want to switch to Google Fi for your iPhone service or your Android service. Google Fi is a small cell phone operator owned by a tiny company called Alphabet, the parent company of Google. Tiny little company. But they treat your service the same outside the United States as it is inside the United States for data. So you just use it as you would before. And we've got a thorough review of how Google Fi works at Clark.com. But there's something about Google Fi. If you are a data hog regularly, Google Fi may not be your choice because there's a data cap on the plan that caps you at, I think, 50 gigs a month or 40 gigs a month. You'd have to use a ton before you go past that data cap. I want to talk about the other end of the price spectrum for you. If international travel is not your thing, whatever, you just want inexpensive service, I've tested now for, I think it's 5 months, Hello Mobile, and it's a $5 a month base plan for cell phone service. It gets you 1/2 gig of data. It works. I've had not a single moment of any hiccup or problem with it, and it's worked very, very well. And I promised when I mentioned Hello Mobile several months ago that I would let you know after I had more experience with it, and it's been good. It's really only, in my mind, for a very light volume data user, because the $5 plan is so cheap. There's a 5 and a 10, and then it goes up from there.
You know, it's so funny. I have your number that you often use to test these phones. It's a different phone number, and I have it listed as Clark's burner phone. So I know
so now I'm a crook or a con artist or something with my own burner phone.
Makes me giggle.